and welcome to the Captain Drone YouTube channel. My name is Steve, and in this review we're going to take a look at this little guy. Now if I look at the website, this guy is called the QIDI A570. However, if you look at the box right here, it's called the Elfin Sky. And if you look up here on the nose, it's actually called the QIDI A570. So honestly, I'm not really sure what name it goes by other than what it's shown on the website. But people in the RC hobby are going to call this a VTOL. VTOL stands for vertical takeoff and landing, and that's what this does. So by vertical takeoff, it means you can take off from the ground like this, or you can take off from the ground like this. It's up to you. It also has the ability to fly like a plane. The motors go forward and it flies like a plane. The great thing about this is that it does have a gyro inside, 6G, so it is stabilized and perfect for beginners. It also has altitude hold, so when you take your fingers off the joysticks, it stays at the same height. The construction is EPP foam as well as plastic and metal. If I pull off the hatch, you can see that it runs on a 2S LiPo battery right here. This 2S battery is included with the kit, and it is 1000 milliamp hours, and it will get you the following flight times. If you fly it like a drone, just like a DJI drone flying it around, well, you're only getting about 5 minutes of flight times because it has to supply the power to 3 brushless motors, and that sucks up a lot of battery power. If you fly it like this, like a vertical drone, and it's flying around, you will also only get 5 minutes of flight time. If you fly it like an RC plane, zing! Well, then you'll get 15 minutes of flight time. So when you get this, it's a good idea to take off like this or take off like this, switch it into RC plane mode and fly it like an RC plane, you'll get a long flight time. And as mentioned already, these 3 motors are all brushless. Even the servos, well, they're kind of like metal and plastic, but they are digital servos. You need servos for the elevons in the back so that you can fly it like an RC plane, and also to move the motors in the front so that you can change positions for vertical or horizontal flight. Props on this baby are 3-inch all around, and you do get spare props. The kit does come with a remote, and you can see my left joystick falls down, so mine is a mode 2 remote. The remote has switches. One switch is to go to high rates or low rates. So if you're a beginner, put it in low rates. That means you have to move the joysticks more for actions to happen. When you get really good, put it up in high rates. You move the joysticks less and actions happen. And you have the mode switch over here, which has some writing beside it, which is totally incorrect. So let me show you what I mean. I'll see if I can do it in this camera. When the switch is all the way up at the top, then you're in drone mode. When you put it in the center, then you're in airplane mode. When you push it all the way to the bottom, then you're in vertical rocket mode. And to go along with that, you have a button up here. So say you're flying in drone mode and then you switch this to airplane mode. It won't switch into airplane mode until you press the button. And on the other side right here is your high rates and low rates. Above the high-low rate switch, you have a button right here. And if you press it, the LED light color will change. And if you hold it down, the LED lights will actually turn off so that you can conserve battery power. So let me show you. I'll press the button, change color, change color, change color, change color. The only color you can't change it to is red. When the lights flash red, that means the battery is low and it's time to come back and land. So if you fly this little guy at night, well, then it can look pretty cool with the flashing colors. Also, surprisingly, this little remote has a good range. It's 200 meters, so you can fly this thing 200 meters away, although I don't think you will because you wouldn't see it at 200 meters. When you flip this guy around, there's a little area here where the flight controller is, and in this area, you can attach receivers. So if you wanted to add a DSM receiver or a Futaba receiver, you could. And the last thing to tell you before I show you my really cool indoor flight and outdoor flight is you can get this beast in red or orange. I have the red version here. So watch my indoor flight and then my outdoor flight, then the unboxing, then come back to me and I'll give you my positives and negatives about this guy. Let's take this for an indoor flight. I'm pretty sure I can fly it indoors, but I won't know until I try it, so let's try it. First thing I do is yank off the top cover. There we go, and we can put our battery inside. I've already charged this up fully. And just connect the battery. There we go, it should come to life. Lights, everything else. But nothing's gonna happen because the remote is not yet on. Then take the cover, put that back on really quick, and we are ready to go. So let's put you down. I'll just stick it this way. And then over here, I take my remote, I power this on. Light comes on. The light should stop flashing down on the plane. And let's pull these joysticks down and out, see what happens. Motor start! And let's take the left joystick and push it up a bit and take it up. There we go. So you have to move the joystick to halfway. If you leave it any level below half the joystick on the left moving up, it will think you want to land it. So I'm flying this right now just with the right joystick. Got altitude hold, so my left joystick will control the altitude and a few other things. But right now that's just me with the right joystick using my thumb back and forth. So seems pretty easy to fly. Let's see if I can fly it around the house. So let's go over here and let's spin it and we'll change places. You go in front of me and I'll go in behind and we'll fly it around. Here we are, going through the house. Now, if you want to go fast, you can, or go slow, it's up to you. But yeah, I'm going to tell you right now, it's pretty easy to fly if you're used to using joysticks. And I'm back. And to land it, let me go over here so I'm in the image. And to land it, well, you just let that left joystick go lower and lower and lower and lower and control it as it's coming down. I'm not touching anything. It's got to stop at some point. There we go. In this segment of video, I'm just demonstrating that you can fly this little RC quad plane VTOL thingy around a small space. It's very easy to maneuver. All right, we're out at my field. We're going to take this for a flight, but we are having a mix of rain and snow. Look at my field. This is snow followed by rain. So it's happening right now. Hopefully I don't get a lot on the lens. Let's fly this quickly. Oh, and one more thing. You probably won't see this plane when it's flying. Actually, I'm going to call it a VTOL, vertical takeoff and land vehicle, because that's what it is. But you probably won't see it when it's flying. So you can see on the top, I have stuck an Insta360 Go camera. If that camera works, you're gonna have in-flight footage. Hopefully it's not too heavy for this, but I think it'll be fine. Let's fly it. And let's plug in the battery. Next, we turn on the remote. Make sure the left joystick is all the way down. And we should be good. Now we can select the colors on the bottom. So right now, what are they? Blue? Press this button up here to select colors. Green, we'll go with green. Also, if you hold this button all the way down for 2 seconds, the lights will turn off to save battery power. Let's see if my camera works. I'm going to turn it on. Should be recording now. Okay, so it's down there. Let's start it. Pull these joysticks down and out. There we go. And lift off with the little Insta360 camera. Well, it flies. It's got it on there. Let's bring it back so you can see me flying through the air like a drone. Not into me, but by me. If there's wind out here, it will blow with the wind. So there we go. So we are pretty cool. Bring it over down this way. I'll just do some 360s here. So this is what I meant 360s. I'm just going to spin it around like this. Whoa! That just shows I have full control over it. All right, that's good. Now let's see what these little switches do here. Let's flick the switch one down. See what happens. Hit the button. And oh, something's happening. Wow, it went into plane mode. Whoa, I caught it at the last second. There we go. It's an airplane. Okay. It's pretty quiet when it's an airplane. I can't even hear it. Hopefully that little Insta360 camera I stuck up top is giving you some cool footage. There we are. Zoom. So you can have a lot of fun with this. It would fly much better without the camera up top, but the extra weight of the camera is messing it up a little bit. Bring it back. And let's see what happens if I flick that switch all the way to the top. All the way to the top. Is it back in the drone mode? It is in drone mode. Look at that. Very nice. We're going by. Drone mode. Hey, my lights changed. Let's change the color back. Oh, you know what? It flashes red like that? That means the battery's getting low. That's low battery, yeah. That's what it says. If it goes and flashes red, it's low battery, so I have to bring it down. All right, so let's see if I can land it. Just hold the left joystick down, and there we go. She lands. Here I am flying the VTOL in the front of my house. If you don't have a lot of room at your house, you can easily fly this in your yard. Now you can launch this VTOL in vertical mode, but you have to be mindful of the wind because it will blow with the wind. Also, it does take a bit of practice to fly it in vertical mode. The trick is in using the left joystick. The left joystick will cause it to go away from you or come close to you. With a bit of practice, you can get it to orbit you, just like I'm doing here. You need to use both joysticks to get it to do this. And you can switch from vertical mode to drone mode. So once again, this VTOL is very easy to fly and it is designed for beginners. In no time you'll be having it flying circles around you and doing all sorts of tricks. Here we have the box. When you open the box, you'll find that your VTOL is fully assembled and ready to fly. You'll find the battery under the canopy and a battery charger is included. In addition, 2 spare props as well as a manual are also included. The included 6-channel radio requires 4 AA batteries to power it. Those batteries are not included. Total weight of the A570 with a battery is only 178 grams. And now my positives and negatives, or as I now call them, things that annoy me and things I find positive. Kind of sounds the same. Anyways, so things that annoy me. See these stickers? Well, they fall off. I was out in the snow and the rain and they got wet and they fell off. So on this side, there's no stickers. So I put a Captain Drone sticker here and there's another little Captain Drone sticker there. So the stickers will fall off if they get a little bit wet. Next annoying thing is the battery. It takes up quite a bit of space and you don't get a long flight time unless you fly in RC plane mode. However, the good news is you can put a much larger battery. So this is a 1000 milliamp hour 2S LiPo battery. You could put something like a 1500 or even a 2000. It is strong enough to lift it. However, if you put a larger battery, well, it's probably not going to fit with the cover on top. You will have to chop out some foam out of this cover to make it fit, or fly with no cover on because your battery is going to be higher up. But you could do it and you would get almost twice the flight time. And now for my positives, I do like the size. This is a really good size for a VTOL. Let me show you the size. It probably looks super large, but watch this. I'll bring it back to a human body. Coming closer, I'll put it right on my chest. You can see it's not massively large, so you can just toss this any place. And yes, it is safe for kids to fly it, especially in drone mode. So for somebody like me who's been in the RC world for a very long time, since 2013, and I've flown like hundreds, if not thousands of RC products, well, something like this still puts a smile on my face because it's still a blast to fly. So with all that said, I am going to put links to this product below. It's on the Banggood website. They did send me a discount code, so use my discount code. It's all below this video. Punch in the discount code at checkout and you'll see how much money comes off. It's not super expensive. So with all that said, if you have questions on the product, post your questions below. I'll get back to you. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and I will catch you in a future review with many more cool product reviews. Until then, I say bye.